You are listening to Phone Eats First. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Phone Eats First, a podcast about romanticizing your life and finding inspiration inside and outside of the kitchen. My name is Corey May, Corey in the Kitchen. However you know me, how you found me. Hi, hello. I'm so happy you're here. Today's episode is all about Sunday, probably my favorite day of the week. I don't like all of the days. I like all of the days actually, but the reason I love Sunday and originally was sharing episodes on Sunday, I think Sundays are magical and such a great day to set yourself up for success. So I'm going to get into that. But first we'll do the weekly report. In case you didn't know or weren't following along on my Instagram from forever ago, I am recording 3 episodes in a row currently. I am on 3 of 3 at the moment because I had caffeine way too late in the day. I was just really feeling it. I guess I haven't talked to anyone all day long other than myself and Callie. And the single person at the Trader Joe's checkout line. So I don't know, I think I forgot how to talk. So here I am. I've been rambling for now 90 minutes, which is really impressive. If you would have told me I would have a podcast when I was 4 years old and wouldn't even speak in preschool, no one would believe you. So it's funny. Life's funny. But yeah, let's get into the weekly report. So still reading by a thread. Well, right this very second while I'm actually recording, I'm reading By a Thread by Lucy Score. But an honorable mention for a book. I talked about this one a long time ago, but I want to bring it up again because I thought about it recently, is A Flicker in the Dark. Don't remember who it's by off the top of my head. I'm sorry, but it is such a good thriller, and it got me back into thrillers. I love a thriller. It is a murder mystery, family, psychological thriller, and it is truly one of the last books I read that I could not put down. I read it a year ago, almost exactly a year ago. And I was at a work trip and couldn't stop reading. I stayed up late reading a book, which I don't typically do on my work trips because we don't get much sleep, but definitely recommend A Flicker in the Dark. Okay, eating. I accidentally meal prepped today, so I will be eating the same thing all week long, and I'm interested to see how that goes. I don't know what in me took over and was yeah, let's just start cooking everything you bought for the week. But I did, and I made ground turkey taco bowls and Greek chicken salad mixes combos. So I hadn't even put my groceries away. I think I was anxiously cooking, and I don't even know why, because I wasn't anxious. But I just immediately I put the ground turkey on the stove, hadn't even put my groceries away, then started putting my groceries away, but also needed to chop the onion, chop the bell peppers. I just was getting ahead of myself. And then after the tacos, I was well, I might as well make the chicken too. And then I made an entire Greek salad chicken mix and falafel. And so I have at least 7 meals ready. I also have swamp soup left over. So I have so many meals in my fridge right now, and I'm not mad about it, but I'm just interested to see how I feel about having meals already made. Because I normally just cook dinner, bring leftovers to lunch, and have the same meal maybe 3 times a week. But it's more premeditated, whereas this is I'm going to be forcing it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so that's what I'm eating. Plan. I don't know exactly what date this episode's coming out, so I might have already been or I might be going soon, but I am going skiing in Tahoe this month with Emily and Brendan, and I am so excited. I love skiing now. I'm obsessed. I want to go every single weekend. I wish I could. I wish I lived out west or up north and I could go skiing all the time. I think it is so much fun and such a good activity and such good exercise and just something to do that is so much fun. And it doesn't involve drinking. Well, it does if you're, I'll pray, which you have to, I'll pray. But that aside, the skiing itself is so much fun and such a good activity. Anyway, I love it, and I'm going to go skiing again soon, and I'm really excited. Also, just getting to go back to San Francisco, my second home these days. I haven't been in a while, so I'm excited. Okay, obsession. The fact that daylight savings has happened and the sun is out later and we're just getting closer to summer and spring. I love spring. Spring is my obsession. I love the flowers. I feel like color is just brought back to the world. in all forms, the leaves, the sky, the grass, but like mainly the flowers, and all the trees are blooming. Don't love the pollen, obviously, but just like everything that comes with spring. I think spring and spring and fall have the same energy where it's like the page is turning to new weather. Like we're getting back to the warmer season and just like being outside and sun. Oh, I love it. I'm so excited. I'm so happy for it. Okay, our recipe. I'm going to share my classic Trader Joe's recipe because recently a few people have just like texted me and like, hey, I'm going to Trader Joe's. Like, what's something I should get? And the first thing that comes to mind is the sausage pasta meal. So Trader Joe's has these really easy and really good, and they feel fancy, but they're not, and they're still affordable pastas, and not just like dry noodle. It's like tortellini, ravioli. They're typically next to the meat, or at least they are on mine. And so I prefer the spinach tortellini, but I also have tried like all of them and they're all really good. So whatever's calling your name, you get that. And then you get a sauce. I recommend pesto, but you know what? You could also do red sauce. You could do vodka sauce. They have all sorts of sauces and they're all like $1.99. And then you get the pre-cooked chicken sausage that is going to be right next to the pasta. So very easy. At least for me, it's right next to the pasta. And I like the garlic one, but I know that some Trader Joe's also have like a garlic cheddar one that probably is also amazing. But it's really easy because the sausage is already cooked, so you don't have to worry about anything there, miscooking, undercooking. You just heat it up. So you just get a pan, cut up the sausage, throw it in there, boil water, cook the pasta. You literally only cook it for like 3 minutes because it's tortellini. And you mix it together and it's so good. And if you want to elevate it, add an onion, add spinach. You could also get the bagged salad at Trader Joe's to make it a full meal. So you've got salad, pasta. It's so easy and so good and just hits every time. Okay, and tea treat. Let's see. I think I'm gonna have to go Ninja Creamy. How many? If I had $1 for every podcast episode where my treat in the weekly report is a Ninja Creamy, I could maybe pay for my Ninja Creamy. Just kidding. I didn't pay for it. It was a gift. But the best Ninja Creamy is made with chocolate Fairlife milk. And I do think the sugar-free Jell-O is worth it. I could be an unpopular opinion, but I think it's worth it. I can tell like how much like thicker, but also lighter at the same time. Like, and I have also been using the gelato setting recently. And I can tell the difference. So I just love that thing. And I love chocolate ice cream. And so having a healthier version for me is I can't picture anything better. Okay, well, that is the weekly report. Let's get into the episode. And today's episode is, I don't know, it feels kind of like a random topic, but it was just really on my mind because I've just had such a good day. And so I just want to share why I love Sundays because, one, it's kind of weird to think about. Sundays were like arguably the worst. They're like the worst day if you're a college student, or maybe not in high school. I don't remember disliking Sundays in high school. I think I really liked Sundays because I would typically have a soccer game, get home, and like my parents would be watching golf or football depending on the time of year. It just was like, I don't know, it was just like a happy day, which, privileged and blessed to have a lovely family and a lovely childhood. That's beside the point. But just like overall, like Sundays growing up were like a relaxing, happy day. And then in college, it's literally the Sunday scaries, whether it's from drinking or just like the amount of homework you would have to do. For me, it's typically the amount of homework I would have to do because I didn't really get hungover in college until like the end of my career, which I feel like applies to most people because it's just what happens when you get older. But just like being terrified the moment you open your eyes at like how much homework you had to do and studying. And I just like, I do not wish that fear on anyone. There is nothing worse than a Sunday scary. And I also just like, even now, I was talking to Maya about this last night. I hate being hungover. And that is honestly one of my number one reasons for not drinking that much anymore is because I do not want to be hungover. Like I was literally at the UNC Duke game and we won. And I drove myself to Chapel Hill because I was like, no, I want to drive home solely because I don't want to be hungover. Because if I Ubered or just wasn't responsible for driving, you never know what's going to happen because you're like, oh yeah, I don't have to drive. Like I can have another beer. I can have another drink. I could have a cocktail, whatever it is. So I was responsible and I drove home and I felt great this morning. I was a little confused by the daylight savings because, you know, you're listening to this episode a lot later. I'm recording beginning of March. Today was daylight savings. I thought it was going to be Sunday night going into Monday, but it makes a lot more sense that it's Saturday night going into Sunday because I feel like the amount of people that would probably miss work on Monday or be late to work Monday would be comical. Like it might as well be April Fool's Day. So I'm like over here recovering from daylight savings, but not from alcohol. And so that's just kind of the tangent I was on. But so let's just get into why I love Sundays. And I'm just going to explain my day today because it was the epitome of an amazing day. And this episode, like, you're not going to really learn anything. You're just going to hear me explain a great, lovely day and why I love Sunday and why I love today. And I don't know, maybe it'll inspire you. Like, I think today for me was the epitome of romanticizing my life and also just being productive but not even in all like forms of productivity. Like I didn't do a hard workout. I didn't do like a self-care day. I just like did a lot of things that I think were good for my mental and emotional health, which I need to work on at the moment. But anywho, so I slept in a little bit, which I woke up, I thought I was doing good. I woke up at I think 8:45 and I was like, because I purposely did not set an alarm. I was like, I need to sleep in, whatever. And so I woke up at 8:45 and I was like, oh wait, like I woke up pretty early. Hence what I was talking about with the whole daylight savings was actually 9:45, which I needed the sleep because I went to bed really late from the UNC game. But so I was like, oh wow, I'm doing good. And then I went to go get my coffee. Like I would start my coffee pot and I was like, wait, that's when I realized the clock had changed. So I think that was my only loss for the day was the confusion this morning, but it didn't throw me off. I was like, oh, well, I have the whole day ahead of me, so I'm fine. And so I just, I had a really slow morning. I will say I was stressed this morning about, do I immediately work out? Do I immediately walk Callie? Like it's so, so nice outside. Like I opened my eyes and there was just like a flood of light in the room. I could see the blue sky outside. And I was like, ooh, today is a good day. And that's like, no better way to wake up than that. Just like knowing it's a pretty day outside. So I had like a little internal dilemma about working out just because I was like, well, I should do it. But then you know what? I never did because I was also then debating, do I go to Trader Joe's now? Do I go to the farmer's market? Like I was like, what do I want to do with my day? So with all this, like all these thoughts and I was starting to get slightly stressed about what I should do. I pulled out a piece of paper, pulled out my little handy dandy notebook, and I wrote down Sunday to do. And I just started rambling a lot of things. I washed my sheets. I finally put my clothes away. I talked about this a few episodes ago, but I don't remember the last time I did laundry and did not immediately put it away because I just do laundry so often. It's not like I do like 2 weeks worth at once and I have a mountain of clothes. So it's like pretty easy for me to put away. But I don't know what it was. I did 3 loads of laundry and didn't put a single thing away until today. And I literally had a pile on my bed. I moved it to the side, put it back on my bed to put it away. Didn't put away. So I had to move it back to the side of the room. I did that, I think 3 times. And then finally I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let this like build up. And I knew I was saving it for today because I was like, you know what? Sunday is going to be a cleaning day. I'm going to clean the house. And I just kind of kept like putting things off. I was like, dishes I can put off because I'll do them on Sunday. I'll put Callie's toys away on Sunday. I'll vacuum on Sunday. I kind of like dirtied up the house a little bit more than I would. Like I left things out on the bathroom counter because I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it all at once. And it's because I enjoy cleaning, but also when you clean the whole house at once, it's a different level or a different feeling of clean than just like, oh, my room is super clean, but like nothing else is. So that's like a really big reason why today was such a good day because I did a deep clean of the house. Like I put all my clothes away. I washed my sheets. I vacuumed every room in the house. I literally cleaned the toilet today. And the biggest win, I think, was throwing things out of my closet. I threw away 2 pairs of shoes that I do not wear. They're so old. They're literally worn to shreds. Like it's like my 3 pair ago Hokas that I've just been saving because I'll throw them on occasionally if it's raining or muddy or whatever. But now that I'm on my like 3 pairs since then, my last pair is now the like pair I don't care about and can get dirty and whatnot. So I was like, why am I saving these? My feet are so big. My shoes are so big. They take up way too much room in my closet. And I like continue to get new shoes. So I was like, I have to throw these away. And then I had another pair of Reeboks I'd been saving. And I just like, was like, I don't wear these. I literally don't remember the last time I wore these. So they're in the trash. And I started cleaning out like toiletries, just like travel size things. I don't know. But like when you're physically throwing things away, it is such a good feeling. Like I can like feel the dopamine of just letting go and like physically throwing things away in the trash. So that was like my whole morning. But in between all of the cleaning, this is like so key. And I think why Sunday and just like the weekend in general, it's so easy to romanticize the weekend now because I'm into sourdough baking. Sourdough is a cult. It is a lot of work. It is not easy. It's hard to get right, but I love the challenge. And it's also the act of, it's like, it literally is like Play-Doh as a kid. I don't know how to explain it, but making sourdough bread, it's like, I mean, it's hard. It is hard for me. It requires a lot of time, love, care. It is a child. And I've talked about this before recently. The process started on Friday. I mean, technically all week if you want to be specific, because you have to feed your starter 2 times a day, like literally every day. It is a pet. Feed it in the morning, feed it at night, feed it in the morning, feed it at night. And then when you're ready to bake, you have to feed it, and then your starter doubles in size. So once it's at that like peak rise, that's when you use the dough to start baking. So you have to be home because you feed it in the morning, and then around lunchtime is when it is at peak rise, unless you're doing that's like in the middle of the night, which we all know I'm not doing. So Friday I was thankfully working from home. So that's when I was like, okay, today's a good day to like start the dough, because then after you're home at lunch, have to make the dough. You get the peak rise starter, put it in flour, water, and then you have to let it sit for an hour, and then you fold it, and then you let it sit for an hour, fold it again, let it sit for a third hour, fold it one more time, meaning like stretch it, get the air out, whatever. You're making it a ball. It's sticky as hell. And then after all this, it sits in the fridge for like 12 hours. So then now we're at Saturday morning, and Saturday morning, cool. It's sat for 12 hours. It's ready to bake. No, you have to get it out, let it sit on the counter for like 15 minutes to get to room temperature. And then you like fold it, shape it one more time, and then set it for 2.5 to 3.5 hours on the counter, like in a pan covered, whatever. And then, so it's like now we're halfway through Saturday, and then it bakes for 45 minutes. But you can't just leave for 45 minutes because 25 minutes in, you have to take the top layer off the bread. I mean, I'm not complaining about the process. I'm just explaining the process. And then Saturday, I wasn't confident in my first loaf. I just didn't think it was going to be good. So I was like, well, I might as well make another loaf. So I did. So then I did that whole process again between yesterday and this morning. So this morning was like, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to be home all morning, and I want to do this like 2.5 to 3.5 hour process of the bread just like sitting on the counter. I was like, it's perfect. And then that was kind of my decision to like, I was like, I'm just going to delay Trader Joe's. I'm going to go later in the day. I'm not going to let this stress me out. I'm just going to clean. I'm going to make bread. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And I just had such a lovely morning. Sourdoughing away, cleaning away. I really enjoyed my coffee. I made a really good breakfast. I had sourdough toast with eggs on it, which I've been having a lot recently because I have this amazing sourdough, and I've been home and just like have like all my groceries stocked. And I said this like a few episodes ago, but it's because I'm recording 3 in a row, so it's all like the same topics on my mind. But my sourdough toast with avocado, cottage cheese, a fried egg, Parmesan cheese, and Texas Pete. It is amazing, and you should try it if any of that sounds remotely good. It's so good. Protein bomb. Keeps you full for a really long time. So that was my breakfast. What else did I do today? I don't know. Just had like all the windows open. Not like open. I had all the blinds up. I had music playing all morning. I was low-key listening to like house music today. So I think that's why I was also just like bumping, because I was like, I don't know, the music was upbeat. I was upbeat. I was making playlist. I don't know. I was just like really feeling the music. I was feeling myself. And then once the bread was done, I was like, it is time to go to Trader Joe's. And I was like kind of worried that, because Sunday, I mean, just everyone that has ever been grocery shopping anywhere on a Sunday knows it's hectic. And like Trader Joe's is like infamous for being insane on Sundays. But I was like, you know what? I need food. I need flowers. We're going to do it. So I went and I had a great experience. I found a parking spot immediately. They really wasn't that busy on the inside. And then also got to check out immediately. Had no problem leaving the parking lot. It was great. I left unscathed. And I did a haul when I got home. I still haven't posted it. I need to do that. But I, got home, had a haul. And then that's like I said earlier, meal prepped 20 different things. So like all of a sudden it was just like in the cooking grind. And I don't know what overcame me, but I was just like immediately possessed. And I was like, I need to make taco bowls and Greek bowls right now before I put any of these groceries away. Which did kind of stress me out for a second because I was like, wait, I've got like frozen stuff out. I've got dairy out. I need to pause for a second. But overall, I was just like grinding in the kitchen. And another thing I knew I needed to do today was podcast. But here I am on episode 3 of 3. It's late. It's almost 11, which I'm not listening to my own podcast of 7 steps to wellness of going to bed early and yada, 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 and doing my nighttime. I'm doing my nighttime routine. Don't worry. But I don't know. I'm just up a little too late at the moment. But, daylight savings, I have an excuse. We'll ignore the fact that I had coffee like really late. I didn't think it was going to do anything to me, but it did something to me. But so then after Trader Joe's, the cooking, everything, I even had a great yogurt bowl and all of that because I was like, I knew that was going to be my lunch today. I love yogurt bowls. I really just love granola. And so yogurt is an excuse to eat the granola. So I was really excited about that. I have sumo oranges here, which it is sumo orange season. And if you had not had one yet, you must. They are so good. I'm addicted. I think I could eat like 3 a day. I actually am currently suffering from lack of sumo orange phobia. I have 10. So I bought 3 sumo oranges, I think a week ago. And because I heard they were in season, I saw the hype online and I was like, okay, well, I need to try them. Tried one. Immediately was like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever put in my mouth. 2 days later, I was getting kind of sick and I had to go to the store and get Mucinex, and bought more oranges because I was like, well, they're really good. They're right in front of me. I don't want to run out. Bought more. So then I had 5 before I left for Trader Joe's. I came home with 5 more because I don't want to run out. And I don't know why. They're not going anywhere and I could buy more. But so I've got some oranges to eat, which is good because now I can like not be afraid to like down them all. But I just got so many fun things at the grocery store. I got all my basics, but I just love grocery shopping. I love food. I love planning meals. I love cooking. So just like I was already on a high of baking bread this morning, cooking the food, had a good lunch, had a good breakfast, was just vibing. And then finally I was done with all that. I cleaned the kitchen for like the 30th time this weekend. And then Cal and I went on a walk because like I said, beautiful day, beautiful blue skies. And I listened to a podcast. I listened to Hot Girls Have with Ariana Luderman. And it was just like an inspiring little episode about being a girl boss and, living life. And then after that, I came home and I was like, okay, it is podcast time. I need to do this. So then I got everything out. And now here we are. Many hours later, I made a coffee because I was like kind of tired, but also wanted to. I feel like I have to have a special beverage while I'm podcasting. Typically it's tea, and I have tea right now, but I kind of just wanted a coffee because I was like, I've got a long night ahead of me of recording one episode and then editing the one episode and then posting the one episode. But change of plans, I just recorded 3 instead, and we'll post these when we post them. But today was just such a good day. And like while it was happening, I was like, wow, today is a good day. And so when I think of, I'm not a very deep person just in general. Like I don't like to talk about my emotions. I don't like dealing with emotions. But I was just like feeling really happy. And I was like, you know what? Let me just like think about like what I've done today. And I just realized I did whatever the hell I wanted. And even though there were quite a few moments where I was kind of getting stressed about just deciding what I wanted to do and in what order. Like, did I want to work out immediately? Did I want to I was like, oh shit, I need to make my bread. Like, and there's time constraints with the bread. And when I need a podcast, when should I podcast? Like, why do I keep procrastinating? When do I go to Trader Joe's? Should I go to the farmer's market? Like, there were a lot of different things, but I just like let it all happen. And I was like, and it all worked out okay. I got everything done. I did everything as I wanted. I was like more productive than I thought I would be. So just like overall, like I had a very productive, peaceful day, and it was absolutely beautiful outside. And I also am like really leaning into spring. I bought flowers today. I got lilies and roses because the roses were extremely pretty today. They have like a lot of layers. Like it's not just like your standard rose. I don't know. It's kind of like I feel like a carnation, zinnia, and a rose had a baby is what it looks like. So just, I don't know. And then I made a bouquet and it looked so good. I'm not good at arranging flowers, and I arranged them very well in my opinion. So just lots of wins. And another thing I wanted to touch on that I think everyone should do. So what's his name? Charlie Rocket? Is that his name? That could be really wrong. I know his name's Charlie. Anyway, there's a podcast called Wellness Her Way with Gracie Norton. It's a Dear Media podcast, and there's an episode with this guy named Charlie. I think his name's Charlie Rocket. I could look it up. And anyway, he talks about counting the wins in your day. And he said it's all about like manifesting and creating your dream life, but not just like thinking it up, like making it happen, because he went from like obese and having cancer to becoming a Nike athlete. And he was also like a top music producer. Like he's had a crazy life basically. And now he's like a life coach basically. But he's like, everyone should count their wins and you will start to become more optimistic and manifest more without even realizing it. So what he means by that is like, as soon as you open your eyes, just like start counting your wins. Anything that goes right for you, whether it's, oh, I hit a green light. Oh, I hit another green light. Like that's 2 wins in a row. The sun's out. The weather's beautiful. My favorite song came on the radio, or my coffee was extra good today. Like all of these things are wins. Oh, I did my workout already. Win. And I just think it's something when I do think about it, I'm like, wait, this makes so much sense. I think this is such a good way to teach people to be more positive and more optimistic. And it's also like, it's literally a game with yourself. It's you versus the world, and you're not counting things negative against you. You're only thinking of the positive things happening. So I just had a lot of positive things happening today. And just in general, not all of my Sundays are like this, but overall, any day of my life, if I get to like make a good meal, or even just like eat a good meal, like if I'm out on vacation or a trip or something and like I go out to eat all of the meals, but like just eating good food, having good coffee, not being rushed, getting to just like move at my own speed, getting to get movement in, whether that's a walk or a workout class or a strength class, whatever I'm doing, just getting to be outside, listen to a podcast. I got to go to Trader Joe's, my favorite place ever. There's just like so many wins and so many things were going great. And I was also very intentionally setting up my week. So overall, like that is why I love Sunday, because it is a day dedicated to just like starting your week off right. At one point I was thinking to myself today, I was like, damn, I really wish we had like 2 Saturdays, because if the weekend was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think we would all be winners, because then Saturday you can have 2 days in a row to do whatever the hell you want to do, and like drink as much as you want, eat what you want, be gone for as long, because it's like Friday you're recovering from the week and like you maybe just want to have to yourself. And then Saturday is when you want to be social, do all the things, but then you don't want to ruin your Sunday, because Sunday is when you want to be productive. So it's really hard to find a balance. And that's why I wish there were 2 Saturdays, more of the story, because then you would have like 2 opportunities to just like go balls to the wall with whatever you're doing, and then still have Sunday to be Sunday. But now I'm ready for my week ahead of me. I have accidentally meal prepped everything. I have a clean house. I have flowers. I feel rested for my weekend. I'm going to be thrown off regardless from daylight savings. That's its own issue. But I don't know. I'm just like, I'm as prepared as I could be because I took care of myself. I did all the things I wanted to do, all the things I needed to do. Now I just need to edit these podcast episodes. But by the time you're listening to this, I've done it. Obviously, I've posted it. So I'll get there at some point. But I don't know. Just like, I want everyone to love Sunday as much as I love Sunday. And you can get rid of your Sunday scaries by just, well, one, like, chill on the drinking on Saturday, maybe. I don't know, just a suggestion. But just, I don't know, figure out what you want your week to look like and what your day to look like, and romanticize the shit out of it. Like, all of the little tasks that I do, I just like get so excited for them because I'm like, ooh, I get to do this. Ooh, and then after that I get to do this. And that's why like I stress myself out because I'm like, well, I want to work out, I want to podcast, I want to go to Trader Joe's, I want to do all of these things. And like, in what order can I possibly do them and get them all done? But I just went with the flow, and the day worked out, and it was just a great day. And I just love Sunday so much. And that's why I try and post episodes on Sunday, just to like give everyone an opportunity to, I don't know if people listen to podcasts on Sundays. I know I did a poll once, and there are actually quite a few people that are like, no, I listen as soon as it's out, which, thank you. I love you for that. As long as you listen to it at some point, that's okay. I don't know. I just think like everyone's week should start on Sunday, not like pushing everything off and then trying to get going on Monday, because I mean, I hate getting to the office on Monday and you're like, oh, okay, I have a whole week ahead of me. Like, I need to just like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to think about work. So I do everything I can to like take care of myself personally, like physically, mentally, emotionally, so that when I am at work, I can, you know, just work, get done what I need to get done. But yeah, okay, I think I'm out of words now. That's a lot of episodes I've just recorded in a row. This was a little baby episode about just Sunday, romanticizing life. I think the next episode, I'm going to get some guests in here soon, don't worry. But I would love to know how you romanticize your life. I would love to know what your favorite day of the week is. I would love to know just like what a happy day looks like to you. But that is all I got for you. I need to go to bed. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Just me rambling about a great day. But you know what? It's my podcast. I can do what I want. All right, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you have a great Sunday. We're going to leave it there. Whatever day you listen to this, I hope you're having a great day today. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Remember to count your wins and keep counting your wins, because you're only going to win. It's not possible to lose. You don't start over if something bad happens. You ignore it and you keep looking for better things that come after, if that makes sense. But yeah, please follow me at Phone Eats First Pod on Instagram and Corey in the Kitchen on Instagram. That's CORI_in the kitchen. And we will talk soon. You are listening to Phone Eats First.